third episode of Careless. I am your host, Leilon, and happy Sunday. Can we thank God that He brought us another week that we're coming in with an episode? So class is in session, clearly. It's like I be on way fashion over way too much. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of Careless. I am your host, Leilon, and I am so excited to be back with another video. We are trying a different angle, so let me know which one you guys are feeling. The second episode was a different one, and now we're back to the same one from episode 1. So let me know which one you think looks best in the comments. Okay, so this episode is going to be called Becoming That Girl in Real Life. Now, I want to put an emphasis on girl because, again, this podcast I want it to be universal. I don't want it to just be for women. So we are renaming that episode and we are calling it the Re-Purring and Becoming That Person in Real Life. So in the second episode, I let you guys know that we were working with some cue cards so that will help guide me with the podcast. But I am still using my phone because if you know from the second episode, Staples is still counting their days. If you haven't seen that episode, definitely go check it out. And yeah, so I'll be using my phone for some notes. If you see me kind of gazing over, that's what that is. But yeah, welcome back. I hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the episode. All right, so becoming that person in real life, what that looks like, what that feels like, how we're going to achieve that. Some lessons that we are learning in our 20s and going to continue to learn and evolve in our years that we have here. This podcast is about growing, evolving, loving yourself, rebuilding yourself, rebranding yourself, and yeah, everything that I learned in my 20s that I'm about to share with you. So, okay, let's be real. Have y'all ever felt like you're too grown for the old you? Right? So it's like you see where you want to be, but your habits, your mindset, maybe, and even some people around you that ain't matching, okay? It's time to welcome in the new you, the rebranded version of you, the one that's chasing their dreams, the one that's waking up on time, not late, and the one that's showing up for themselves and unapologetically you. So let's go ahead and get into it. And also, while we're doing that, I want you to drop in the comments what's one thing about your old self that you need to leave behind. Make sure to drop it in the comments, and I'll be looking, and I'll be watching, and I'll be responding. Okay. So class is in session. So what is a rebrand? What is that? What are you talking about? So it's not about looking different. It's about moving different, right? So your mindset, where you are in your life, where you want to be, that can trigger a rebrand, right? So for the Jelly Shop, again, the Jelly Shop is a all-natural feminine hygiene brand that was derived during COVID. My mom and I are the the owners of the Jelly Shop. And we decided to, not only did we build the brand together, but we built it and then we watched it grow. So it was a creation of something that we created together. And then not too long after, maybe like a year or two in, we did a complete rebrand. So we deleted everything, archived everything, shut down old memories, cut off old people, cut off old toxic things, and we said, let's try this again. So if you know, Let's Try This Again is another one of the podcasts that I also love as well with B. Simone. So yeah, shout out to B. Simone. Okay, so So yeah, rebranding is completely taking out the old and bringing in the new, embracing the new, and facing everything head on. And yeah, so doing all of that, but not to a brand, but to your actual self, right? So that's one thing that I kind of did with Care Less. I brought back an unapologetic, driven, okay, shows up as herself, does as she pleases, and is walking in her light and her truth. And that's the person that I want to be in this era as I move forward. So that's what we're kind of doing today and what we're going to be talking about. So, which brings me to my next point. Again, it's your mindset, your energy, and habits. They gotta match what you want. Okay? Okay. So, if I think about it, how to know it's time for a rebrand, right? So, let's say a big part of like my rebrand, something that, when I started the podcast, when I wanted to start doing new things and filming new content and building a community, I'm like, I can't lead people if I can't lead myself. If I can't be real with myself, I can't come here and, tell lies. And because a big part of rebranding is standing in your truth. And so it's really important for me, as the host of the Care Less podcast, that I'm walking in my truth. And every time I'm coming to you guys or I'm making a video, I'm leading in truth. I feel like that's what makes me stand out, is that I know that everything that I'm saying is truthful, and things that I've actually done, things that I've actually been through, things that I've actually overcame. And that is what is going to be my biggest takeaway in regards to a rebrand. So, if your old habits don't match your new vision, gotta go. Okay? People around you, they not growing, inspiring, or evolving, gotta go. Okay? So, if you know it's time for an upgrade, drop some hearts down in the comments as well. So, rebranding, it is an action, not so much an aesthetic. Now, if I'm not mistaken, my rising sign, right? So you got your astrological sign, Virgo, and then you got your other signs somewhere, sun, moon, or something. Anyways, my moon or something is also a Libra, right? So Libras, if you don't know, Libras are very interested into aesthetics, things being aesthetically pleasing, and how this looks and how that looks, and putting things together and making it pretty. Those are things that I really like, but I wanted to adopt that into my own life. And, that's kind of a part of the rebrand initiative as well. So yeah. So it's definitely an action. It's not an aesthetic. And you want to stop saying it and start doing it. Start moving like it, right? So you can buy a new wardrobe. You can buy a new purse. You can buy a new belt. You can buy a new chain. But if your mindset isn't new, then it's just the old mindset with a nice chain, which is going to get you nowhere. So make sure that, as you are rebranding, making sure that you're taking the actions every day to ensure that your rebrand is something that you want to do and something that you're going to stick to, because that's what's going to help you, maneuver, whether you go through different obstacles or things like that, or maybe people that you're interacting with. Those are the things that you want to keep in mind as you are rebranding or as you are transitioning into your new era or your grown woman era, your grown self era, man era, whatever it is, right? That new version of you. Make sure that you are following through with your actions and your mindset as well, outside of physical, tangible things. The third thing, which we already talked about in the first episode, is that people are going to talk. Let them, okay? Let them. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Your elevation will expose other people's situation. Okay. So I'm going to re say that your elevation will expose their situation. Okay. So a big part of that is, something that I'm learning. Because again, this is all a learning and evolving. It's not I did say class was in session, but I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. That rebrand is something that's personal. It's driven personally. It's not something that you see and that you're admiring or something that you want to be. It's something that you're going to be. And once you adopt that, then that's something that you have to stick to because you got to stand on business. You got to stand on truth. So, yeah. So not only is it a mindset thing, but it is also an action. But if you're waiting for approval, you'll never move, right? So that's my next bullet point is your elevation will expose their situation or their stagnation. And stagnant means in the same place or not moving, not progressing, things like that. Out of there. Out of there. So if you're waiting for any type of approval, you'll never really, you never really will be able to I don't want to say go anywhere because I'm not going to say that. But if you're waiting for the approval of someone else, that's what you're basing your situations off of. Be mindful that their approval does not exist and the only approval that you need is right here. My hair is in the way, but it's right here. Okay? So if you ever held back on leveling up because of what people might think, know that you're putting your dreams and your life and the things that you want to do on hold because of somebody else. And when you break it down like that, it's like, well, why haven't I been doing what I wanted to do? And that's all because you're waiting for somebody else to tell you that you can do it, or somebody else to tell you that you're beautiful, or somebody else to tell you that you're capable, or somebody else to... You don't need that. That's where the affirmations and things come. And check out the second episode for all the affirmations and soft life tips. But yeah, so ensure that the approval always comes from you, because that's going to be one of the biggest things that you need to know is that we came here alone and we're going to leave alone. Okay. All right. So 5 daily habits for the new you, because not only did I want the podcast to be able to talk about my experiences, but what do I have that I can give back to you, and things that you can take away from this video or from the podcast in general that I can share, and you can adopt these things and help your life path or your goals or, your visions, and how that can help you maneuver through that. Okay. It's like a big sister, niece. I don't know if y'all know, but there's this term in like social media. It's called like auntie, and they call all the aunties like the 25 plus. But that's not auntie, right? Because I'm 23, so I'm niece. So it's niece advice or big sister advice from me to you as I'm still learning and evolving and growing. So yeah. Okay, let's get into the 5 tips or the 5 daily habits for the new you as you transition in your year of 2025. 2025 is the year of completion. Anything you start, please complete this year, okay? Because that's what I'll be doing. All right, now, 5 daily habits for the new you. Okay, let's see what I have. Okay, morning routine. We back to morning routine because every morning that's the start of your day. So that's where you want to start. That's where the problem lies. How are you starting your day? Okay. How are you starting your day? How are you ending your day? That is what matters most, right? So the first thing you want to do in the morning is an energy check. How you start your day does matter. When I don't make my bed, my day is slow and long and stressful. I'm not going to lie. That's my personal opinion. I'm not going to say that it's not made right now. But what I am going to say is that those little things, those little like minuscule things that you think don't help or don't, function your day, those things do matter as well. So I'm not going to say, oh, make your bed and da-da-da. But ensure that you are giving yourself the proper love, the proper energy, the proper caringness and approval that you need every day in order to keep up with the 5 daily habits for the new you. So, yeah, it's just something easy, it's simple, it's free, okay? And something that you can do every day to ensure that you are growing, evolving, and learning and becoming the best version of yourself. So, also, another recommendation, set 3 non negotiables each day. This is something that I do. Yes. Um, what has to get done, right? So a lot of times, my days are they're pretty soft. I have a pretty soft life. I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? I don't work too hard. I work smarter. So I'm on my phone a lot. I do a lot of making videos and creating content and talking on the phone. And throughout my days, I like to start off with setting my 3 non-negotiables for what has to get done today. Right. So now we're talking about a little productivity. Okay. So, your 3 non negotiables, what has to get done today? And we're going to emphasize what has to get done today. Limiting who has access to you. Ooh, ooh. This is one of my favorites because we don't want any energy drainers. Okay. After you have a conversation with somebody who is angry or upset or stressed out, like one thing that I learned, like that I'm still learning and like trying to understand, is that energy is real, right? So energy transfers is also real. Have you ever talked to somebody and they're telling you, whether they're really angry or really upset or in drama a lot, then you talk on the phone, then they tell you the drama, and then I just feel like this heavy bubble. Like it's obviously not anything physically that you can feel, but it's like a weight. Like it's like they talk to you and then it transfers to you and then it's like a weight. So being mindful of the people that you have around is super important as well, because I'll tell you, while I was building my brand, while I built the Jelly Shop, I like to think that I did it by myself, but my mom played a huge role in facilitating the Jelly Shop and its progress. But I didn't spend a lot of time with people who I felt like were stagnant or people who I felt like were in drama. I did a lot of removing myself, and I would still keep them around, but I wouldn't like interact with them every day because their mood, I was allowing it to kind of facilitate and kind of change my day and my mood. So that's one thing that I had to kind of get a grip on, is like I deserve to have friends who are empowering. I deserve to have friends who are loving. I deserve to have friends who want me to win and I want them to win as well. And it's a genuine, pure love connection, right? Genuine, pure love. Okay. All right. So that's one thing. What was it? What we on? Number 3? Number 4. Number 4. Okay. Number 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Because I wrote these at night, y'all. I was kind of sleepy, but we made it to the third episode, and I can't wait to share these with you. Okay. So the fourth or the fifth one that I have for 5 daily habits for the new you, the last one I have is moving in silence, right? So let your results speak. Let your work speak for itself. Let your vision speak for itself. Once you're building, and like it's like when you build like a Lego set, like right, you build it up, you take all the parts, all the parts are separated, you put it all together, you make something beautiful. And like you don't have to tell everybody your every single move. Like I was one of those people, like as soon as something exciting happened, I was calling this homegirl. As soon as something exciting happened, I was calling this homeboy. As soon as something exciting happened, I was calling this person, this person, this person. And now everybody knows my business. Everybody's, and I'm not gonna say that everybody is gonna be happy for you either, because that's another thing. So you just want to ensure, and now this is a personal thing for me about moving in silence too, because I try not to be around people who I know it's not a genuine, pure love connection, right? So whether that's platonic or romantic relationships, I try to have people around who inspire me, who empower me, who love me, and it's like reciprocal. So moving in silence was something that I kind of like adopted so much because I got so much done in silence when it was just me, like me and God, or, you know, just when I'm able to lock in and like focus on my true goals, it's just me. Like it's nobody else's opinion, it's nobody else's input flying in, or fear-based mindsets imposing on my dreams and my desires, because this is my life. Like, that's what you have to say in your when you look in the mirror. This is your life. I am the creator, I am the author. Like, own being a human being. You are capable, you are ready, you are inspiring, you are everything. Like, you are everything. And I think that if that having that mindset just opens me up for more opportunities, it opens me up for new connections, and it keeps me and the people around me kind of having that uplifting spirit. Like, if I know I got to get something done, or I know something's coming, let me call Aylon. I'm the one that you call when you need some encouragement and some motivation. I will talk to you and I will hang up and disconnect. I even got friends where they're like, can I record what we're saying? Can I? Yes, you sure can. And replay it and do the reprogramming, because that's where it starts in your mind, right? Anytime believed I couldn't, or I believed I couldn't, or I don't know, I believe I can, and I believe this, and I believe that, those are things that I'm adopting. And then long and behold, I can't do it. Long and behold, I'm not able to do it. So a big part of reprogramming is also making sure that you're moving in silence and you are staying true to yourself and your goals and what you want for your life. So, y'all, let's get to the next point. Every time I open up my phone, I see this cute picture of myself. Do y'all have your picture? Do y'all have pictures of yourself as your wallpapers? Because I be seeing people saying that they don't do that. I love myself. Okay. And it takes a lot, to actually really truly love yourself. So if you needed some encouragement to do so, please make sure that you do. Love on yourself, right? We just finished our episode 1. It was Valentine's Day. I also hope that y'all had a wonderful Valentine's Day and spent some time loving on yourself for sure, and definitely your loved ones as well. So yeah, we're about to wrap it up. And yeah. So I just want to leave you guys with some closing messages that I had prepared for us. So what I want you to know is that this episode, I hope that this episode brings you something to think on, to act on, and something to maybe even laugh about. If you're stepping into your rebrand era, make sure that you DM me and share your experiences with me, how you plan on going into the new year with your new rebrand and your soft life skills and your welcome video. Like, we are going back to back with the content, and we are actually soaking up content that is pouring back into us as well, right? Because that was a big thing. It's like, I'm consuming so much content. I'm consuming so many things and so many people's opinions and beautiful art and this and that and outfits and that. Like, I need to be getting something out of it other than watching other people live their life, and now I'm feeling bad about it. So this is the podcast for you if you're looking for some change, some new talent, some realness. This is the podcast that you want to watch. So yeah, if you're stepping into your rebrand, make sure that you share it with me or share it in the comments as well below. And yeah, your rebrand is not about looks. It's about becoming that person or that girl or that man, whatever, whoever is out there, becoming the best version of you. You don't need permission from anybody, right, to level up. And just decide what you want to do, because you are in control and you are that. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. Before I go ahead and go, I do want to let y'all know where to find us at. So again, it is Care Less Pod on all platforms, YouTube as well. We are doing audio and video, so make sure that you check out both. Like, comment, and subscribe for more steps, tips, and standing on business and how to care less and do more. So, yeah, guys. Also, next episode, really quickly, or the next two episodes, I have two amazing guests that I can't wait to have on the podcast. We are finally going to start kicking things off, not doing solo episodes, even though solo episodes will have my heart. And I'm killing it, eating them up. I'm eating them up, y'all. I am. For those that know me in real life, I'm eating it up. But yeah, y'all, I'm still nervous. I'm still happy. I'm still coming, and I'm still going to show up and be myself. And I encourage you to do so as well. So make sure that you check out the next few episodes. Make sure that your notifications are on as well. I'm going to have my mom on one of the podcasts, and then I have an awesome dope entrepreneur in Charlotte, and she will be coming to share and spill the tea with me. So, thank you guys so much for watching the Care Less podcast, and I hope you start caring less and doing more. I'll see you next video. Bye.